The woman was loaded with swords on her back, and the man strolled up beside HER0. The basement had been pried open, revealing a horde of zombies lying within. One of them was still twitching. As they ventured into the basement, they tread carefully around the corpses, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The girl used a key to unlock the door and they quietly slipped out. The woman noticed another room with corpses strewn across the floor. The woman with short hair drove a knife into one of the corpses' heads. They grabbed packaged food from a crate, but the bag was too heavy and the pulley rope snapped. Just as the bag was about to fall, the man hastily reached out and grabbed it, cutting his arm in the process. A drop of blood landed on a zombie's eye, causing it to stir. Soon the other zombies were waking up and staggering toward the women. The women grabbed their weapons and fought back, but they were quickly surrounded. The men began shooting from upstairs, while the women unleashed gunfire with their machine guns. One woman plunged a gun into a zombie's neck, but she ran out of bullets. She quickly tied herself to a rope and was pulled up to safety by her comrades. They all made it out safely while the zombies below waved at them. The woman and her companions held a meeting to discuss how to procure food as their last supply had run out. The woman suggested raiding another zombie nest. Some were in favor, some opposed, and others remained silent. After a heated discussion, they decided to take the risk again. On a stormy night, armed to the teeth and accompanied by a dog, they set out with flashlights, following the signs to the entrance. The woman noticed words written on the wall that caught everyone's attention as they cautiously proceeded forward. Several people were hooded and taken into custody for interrogation. The man, after having his hood removed, looked bewildered as he eyed the orange jumpsuits across from him with fear. Other men and women undergoing interrogation were facing similar questions. They shared their diverse experiences with the interrogator, who bombarded them with inquiries. The man with long braided hair found the questions amusing and struck up a conversation with the man in the orange jumpsuit. After the interrogations, they all sat around the table, eating box meals and engaging in lively conversation. They discussed plans to escape, with the man with the long braids becoming increasingly impatient, the man with black hair looking nervous, and the girl in the red jacket insisting on finding a way out. The man with black hair expressed doubts about their chances of escape, which angered the man with long braids. He questioned whether they would be stuck there indefinitely. The old man led the way ahead, and the dark underground passage was lined with corpses wrapped in plastic. As one man reached out to touch a bed, the head inside moved. He swiftly stabbed the corpse's head with a knife, causing blood to spurt out. They tore open the plastic to reveal the decomposed head. They busied themselves confirming whether there were any live infected among them. Suddenly, a muscular zombie appeared from behind. The old man used an iron rod to pin down its neck, causing it to bleed profusely. He then struck its head and the zombie fell dead. This led to a dispute between the old man and the others, who no longer wanted to continue and suggested splitting up, convinced that the woman would eventually kill him. This enraged the woman, who pulled out a gun to educate him. They pressed on only to face an endless horde of zombies ahead. With the man's flashlight dying out, a group of Walking Dead emerged. They killed several but struggled to find a way out as more and more zombies formed a queue and approached them. The woman instructed her companions to go ahead, signaling for the old man to lead. He climbed up a ladder and she was the last to ascend. However, the zombies below grabbed her leg and refused to let go. She looked up, her expression a mix of fear and desperation, pleading for help from above. The old man remained indifferent and disappeared from her sight. In the end, she couldn't hold on any longer and was dragged down by the zombies.